Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. My name is James Williams Jr. I always introduce myself this way. I am part Cherokee, I am part black, I am part white. I am a martial artist first, I am an actor second. I have been doing martial arts since I was 7 years old. No, I do not have a black belt. Yes, I've beaten plenty of black belts because a belt only holds up your pants. I am very well rounded in many martial arts. The only one that I don't really know is Krav Maga and Eskrima, because I never heard of them until like a year or two ago. One is from the Philippines, one is from Russia. There's another one, I don't really know it. There's a dog over there. I'm 5'3". So after I do the demonstration, we're gonna do a lot of damn talking. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I've also been an actor. I am still an actor. I'm just not an actor that you've heard of. And the whole reason why I started this channel so I can make kung fu movies for people like me, who are of mixed ethnicity and don't have a hero outside of The Rock or Tiger Woods. Of course, I don't have any viewers outside of the 136 people that are here. That I thank you very much because you work for me, whether you know it or not. I just need you guys to start sharing more of the cool shit, none of the political shit. Don't share any of that. Okay, so we're gonna start off with commas. For anybody who's been training with commas, there are a lot of do's and don'ts, and I'm not going to go too deep into this because I have a video, I have 5 or 6 videos of me using these things inside, outside, the do's and don'ts. You know, block, strike is a do. Block, strike, that's also a do. Block and then whirl it this way, that is a don't. Alright? For those who didn't see, block, boom, boom, and then doing that. Because in real life, the comma would gash your fucking arm. So you don't want to do that. If you're not into swearing, this is not the place for you. So again, with the commas, boom, slice, boom. Now, since a lot of people don't seem to understand these are training commas, actual commas are sharp as hell, and they are close-quartered combat. Not like the hook swords, not like the bow staff, not like the monkey stick, not like other weapons like the butterfly sabers. You have 2 sets of them. You have a long-range butterfly saber, which is about the size of this stick, and you have a short-range butterfly saber, not to be mistaken with butterfly knives or Filipino knives, depending on what you want to call them. Now, the thing about martial arts is there's no such thing as a superior martial art. There's only superior martial artists. You can travel all around the world and learn mad martial arts and still get your ass beat by somebody who knows next to nothing. Now, when I say that, it's because it's the truth. Alright? I don't have a black belt. What allows me to beat up black belts? Here's the thing. I've been fighting in childhood fighting rings since I was 6 years old. My dad put a stop at it at 12. But by then, I already had a lust for it, and I got really goddamn good at it. Now, the fact that I'm 5'3 and a half, everybody appears to think that they're going to whoop my ass due to the fact that I am short. And a lot of you out here are giving misgiven information. Do not think because you're 6'2", that you can beat the shit out of somebody who's 5'1" or 4'11", i.e., that's why I switched to Wing Chun, because it was made for little people like me to beat the dog shit out of big people like you, especially you big people who are looking at me and saying, you're horse shit. Okay, believe what you will. You haven't fought me. You probably haven't fought anybody like me, so of course I'm horse shit to you, because I'm 5'3", and I'm below average of the male size, and I'm the size of the average female from Vietnam. So again, we're going to do some do's and don'ts. Not a lot. Do, don't. Hopefully you saw that because my screen just went black. Now we're going to use these commas as tonfas. I am against coming from the inside to the outside unless necessary. I am for coming from the outside to inside because it's a safer move for me. You may not like that. You may do I. But see, if you come in or you come short, you're going to crack a rib. If you try to throw that shit really, really hard, boom, you're going to crack a rib on your way to attack your opponent, which is a don't. So you figure out what works for you. I'm going to stick with what works for me. I'm not Jesus. So if you're going to fight with tonfas, boom, boom. You're going to have to learn how to block. Boom, boom. You have to learn how to block this way and this way. Now, and most people that teach you tonfas, they don't teach you that you can block this way because they don't know that you can block this way. A lot of people go to these schools and learn absolutely nothing, but yet they are allowed to teach y'all. While my ass, back in my 20s and 30s, was always told that I had to have a 5th degree black belt to teach martial arts. And I had to have a first degree black belt to teach it in someone else's school, a fifth degree black belt to open up my own school, which is why you don't know who the fuck I am, which is also why I have destroyed black belts, because a belt only holds up your pants. If you are not actually fighting for your belt means nothing, because when you get out that dojo, if you don't have to walk home every night and worry about somebody jumping out of a tree and stabbing you, or jumping from around a brick wall and stabbing you, then you're just going to martial arts for the fuck of going for martial arts. Period. And anybody who wants to contest that, that's fine. If you're not competing in tournaments for your dojo, or in general, you're taking martial arts as an exercise course. I was never given an opportunity to do none of that shit, because my dumb ass can't do katas. And katas is a system of bullshit so that you can get a belt, instead of what I suggest to every school I've attended and have been told, please respectfully leave our building. If I don't fight for my belt, how good am I? I'm not. Because what happens in that dojo and what happens outside is two different things. And I have a rule about that. That's called 70-30. 70% of what you learn in that dojo is not working out here. Only 30%. You have your blocks, and you have your punches, your kicks, your forearms, your elbows, your knees. If you're not incorporating them in no matter whatever martial art you're taking, you're fucking yourself. Okay? And yeah, not all martial arts teaches knees and elbows and forearms and shit. Then you want to step up and take a different martial art. Keep the one you're doing, but take more. Don't worry. I'm not done. So you got to top a strike this way, and then there, or there, and then there. Alright? Boom, 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 boom. Now, the thing is, again, I'm more comfortable with this versus this. Alright? Now that's me. You can do it your way. If you're more comfortable, boom, and then that, that's fine. Boom, boom. That's a lot of movement versus where if you're just doing kung fu, boom. That's going to be a lot quicker than boom, draw it back, and then come out. Boom, boom. That's going to be there. Someone comes at you from the side, boom, boom. You've not only blocked it with the tanfa, but now you can strike them with the tanfa. But again, people who are teaching you stuff have never had to fight people using tanfas. And if you're training with tanfas and you're not training with, simulated tanfas so that you can practice, and blocking with the tanfa, fighting somebody with a tanfa, so you should be able to block. And yes, this shit is going to hurt. That's why they generally make the practice ones with styrofoam, so it can absorb the blow. So if you're not practicing with them, you're never going to actually be able to use them. Now, here's the truth on that. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to walk around the street with your tanfas out. You're not Michelangelo or Donatello or Raphael, so you're not going to do that. Now, these are chobos, short sticks for those who have taken Kempo. It's not streamer, but the process is pretty much the same. You have these, you have these, you have those. You don't do this unless the fight's about to start, because that's cool as shit in the movies. So you're going to fight. So you have many different starting positions. You have this one, you have this one, you have this one. Same thing, just reverse. You have this one, you have those show-offs. It's like, yeah, don't do that. You want to keep that shit where you can see your fucking hands, period. So here's good, block, 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 strike, block, strike. Those kind of things, block, block. You want to be able to control your block. In no time in any fight are you going to go boom, 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 boom. No, fuck that shit. Don't believe that shit you see in the movies. You're going to do this. Boom, 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 boom. That's it. This shit here, that part, yeah. This part, see how it almost went out my hand? You're never going to do that in a fight, man. You're not going to get the fucking chance. When you watch these other people's videos, you're going to see them doing this. You're never going to see them do this except for when the fight starts. That is a force of habit that many people have. Get ready to rumble, and that's why you don't do that. That shit flies out your hand in the middle of a fight because you blocked and decided to do some dumb shit. Boom. That guy has 2 sticks too. So when you whirl and he racks your fucking hand because you tried to be cool, there you go. You know? We're gonna fight. Boom. Oh, damn, I didn't get the whirling. Boom, boom. Oh, I got a whirling. No, you don't. When you block, you strike. Period. Boom. You know? Block, 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 block. You gotta block your entire stuff. Boom, that's that block for the back. Boom, that's that block for the back. You know, you're gonna have to figure that shit out. You can also block like this for the back. The windshield wiper. Try not to hit your shoulder blades like I'm hitting mine. There's a lot of things that you can do with that shit. But this, that's not an option. That is what you're gonna do, not this. Boom. Because that's what's gonna happen. You're not gonna have a weapon. And if you got one hand, that's a whole different ball game. And now we go to the fun stuff before I start talking, because the talking part is the most important part. Looks like I'm stuck. Still recording? What in the... Okay, it's still recording. I think. I'm still stuck. I have no idea what the hell's going on, so we're just gonna keep going. Okay. Oh shit, it's green. Okay. It's still counting. But I'm stuck. Oh, there I am. So we're going to do the hard part first from the back. These are the possibilities, the do's and don'ts, and I'm going to be honest with you, there will probably be no time in your life that you are going to have your hands tied behind your back or strapped up or anything like that where you're going to have to fight. Now, if you're in the movies, you know, if you want to make a movie, I'm down. I'm also down for teaching. Fly me to you. Pay for me to eat. Pay for a place for me to sleep and wash my ass, and we're good. So, as you can see, it's not going to be easy to do any blocks. So you need to work on your escapes because your hands are behind your back. What I like to teach people, if there were students, is really simple. You want to be able to exit. So you have certain kicks that will work. You have certain kicks that will put you on your ass. And if you want the truth, a lot of kicks will put you on your ass before they work. Another thing I like to say, besides the 70-30 factor, is that 1,000 things will go fucking wrong in a fight before one thing goes right, and you need to be prepared for that. With your hands tied behind your back, it's going to be essential that you know how to escape. Not your hands, but with your feet. So if someone's coming at you, and your door is over there, then you don't want to use an inside to outside crescent kick, which is that, because it doesn't put you in an escape vector. If anything, it can put you in more danger because your door's over there. It's the only place you have to go. You want to do the same kick but with the other leg so that you can be in the direction of the door. So guy's coming at you, boom! Now, I shift my weight and I go. Now, if you want to be He-Man and venture into fighting this bastard, you want to do inside to outside crescent kick, which he's coming at you, boom! You put him over there, now, boom, you have to keep engaging. I don't suggest that, especially if you have little to no fighting ability whatsoever. Got that? You are at no time till I have both of your feet off the ground. No jumping spin kicks, no tornado kicks, no flying dragons, none of that shit. Because your hands are tied behind your back. And if one foot isn't on the ground and you miss a kick, they're damn sure going to sweep the other foot. So you need to fight smarter, not harder. Now, this is where shit gets fun. These are also things that you can probably do, but you shouldn't. No, I'm not going to encourage you to do anything stupid. No, I'm keeping all the stupid with me. Alright? So, I have a buckle here, so that thing kind of stings when it gets into my wrist area. It's also why the gloves are on. So, with your hands in front of you, it's a lot easier. Alright? Yes, I have Battlefield tested this, just in case anybody gives a shit. But I also did it in a movie called The Dragon's Breath. which you will never see because I have to find a copy of it. Anyway, so here's the thing. You have to know your blocks before you can know your strikes. Alright? And the reason why I say that is because your hands are tied. You're going to do a lot more blocking than striking. Understand that shit. Anybody who teaches you otherwise are lying through their fucking teeth. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's highly improbable because your hands are tied. So your first blocks that you should learn is your high right, your medium right, medium with knee, low right. Same thing on the other side. High left, low left, medium left with knee, and then low left. Now your options. This here is a weapon. If you are trained proficiently, you can throw it into their throat. If you are a gymnast, you can probably flip over their head and get behind them and choke them. And if you're going to do that, you want to put your knee in their back. That's right, I said you want your knee in their back. Alright, in fact, I will actually use this this comma, and show you where to place your knee. You want your knee in between the shoulder blades, either really high or really low. And this also depends on your height. I'm 5'3½", so I'm going straight for the center. Now, let's talk about kicks. Because there will be kicks that you can do and there will be kicks that you cannot. Alright? It will behoove you to know that now than find out before you are told action. Alright? So your front kicks are good. Boom. Low. Stepping side kick. For those in the back who couldn't see that. Front kick. Boom. Side kick. Stepping side kick. Alright? Now, your inside to outside crescent kick, because boom. There. Block. Boom. There. For those in the back. Block. Excuse me, that's the wrong block. Block. Dip. Block. Boom. And as you notice, my blocks stay in front. They keep in the circle, because if you have not been to the center line block, this is where you learn it. The center line block keeps you from getting here and here if someone's coming in. So, boom, boom. Now, for you, it might look like a windshield wiper or a circle. You're going to need to work both your hands at the same time. Now, what you're not going to do is this. Boom. Because if you turn your back on your opponent, they're going to fuck you up. You're also not going to do this. Because they can kick your foot. If you don't go down right and catch yourself in a push-up position, you'll probably break your hands. Your hands are the easiest part of your body to break. Your hands and your feet, because the metacarpals are not as tough as you think. If you hit somebody in the face and it hurts you more than it hurts them, you fucked up. Sorry. Now, you gotta do a double side, or you have double opponents. Understand? You're going to need to know that. So, block, strike, strike. Your kicks are going to have to adapt. You're going to have to adapt. Because if you don't, you're going to be in deep trouble. Alright? Now, I'm going to take these off, and we're going to talk. I'm going to attempt to take these off, and we're going to talk. Because it's almost midnight, and I'm going to go get in the shower. Because I only have one more week before I'm 48 years old. And I plan on doing some martial art filming tomorrow with this thing. Alright? So, let's explain some stuff. Alright? 1. The size of your opponent don't mean shit. Your skill level is everything. Your skill level is the only thing that matters in a fight. Alright? Now, this is from my special friend that I told I was making this video that would be posted in 2 or 3 hours or Monday morning for you, wherever you are. Check it out, man. All fights don't go to the ground. So let me explain why I hate on BJJ. I will have to make a part 2 of that, but let me explain why I hate on BJJ. Alright, so if you've never been in an actual fight, not all fights go to the ground. All of my fights have never gone to the ground. Period. I am going to get up and show you something in a minute. But I'm gonna make it a point. And again, you do not have to agree with me. You don't have to like it. But just try to be open-minded, as I am, for the people who love BJJ so much. Alright, I'm 48 years old next Monday. So at about this time next Monday, I'll be 48. So in my 40 some odd years of life, you're gonna tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Have you seen my skin tone, right? I've probably been in more fights than you. I can almost guarantee none of them have been professional. But I can also guarantee you that I have not lost them. It is now midnight. So let me teach you guys a little thing that I learned while I was in the Army. Alright? And they barely let me participate because of my hip. I will show you guys the fucking scar, or you can find a video somewhere here on YouTube. I have a hip replacement. I am 48. And I do not lie to my people here. I give you 99.9 and you're going to take it or leave it. I can't make you believe it, but I don't gain anything by lying because I haven't gained any followers whatsoever, other than the beautiful people that are following me right now. Now, BJJ works on the equivalent of me being on my back and you being on top of me, or you being on your back and me being on top of you. Alright? Standing Jiu-Jitsu was not like that at all. Back in the late 70s, early 80s, when I was taking Jiu-Jitsu, there was no rolling on the ground. There was none of that shit. There was a lot of grapples and locks, just like when I was taking Judo. Same basic principle. Only Judo taught me how to throw people to the ground, while Jiu-Jitsu taught me how to put people in arm bars and arm locks like a Fujiwara and all that other shit that you see in wrestling. Alright? Understand that that shit didn't have nothing to do with the ground. That shit came out when the Gracies developed Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But before Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Jiu-Jitsu masters stood the fuck up. At least the ones that taught me, they stood up. Alright? Now, for instance, and I will have to get up to demonstrate, understand that this chair is about to be my sparring partner because no one on earth is brave enough to actually spar with me and let me demonstrate the shit that's going to fuck you up because you're a BJJ guy. Alright. So this is roughly my waist height. Alright? So this is me coming at your waist. Alright? I have two options. I have a single leg or a double leg. And I have a spear. Alright. Remember those blocks I showed you with the Tanfa? I'm standing here and you're just a ground and pounder. You're not a stand-up guy. You're not a real grappler. You're just a ground and pounder. But to ground and pound me, you have to get me to the ground. Now, on your way in, what's wrong with this picture? You're coming at me, and I'm standing. You're coming in. Boom! There's no rules to say I can't knee you in the face. Now let's say I missed the knee. So now you've got me by the waist. Boom! Boom! There's no rules that say I can't elbow you in your back outside of being in the UFC or MMA. In them fucking streets, I promise you, I bet my life on it. No one's going to be paying attention to the fucking rules when you are in the street. You may trip me, but here's the thing on that. In Wing Chun, I learned that when I fall down, I put my elbow like this. So while you're on top of me, my elbow is specifically designed to land in your throat. So if you can't breathe, even on top of me, once I put my elbow in your throat, I'm going to put you in a headlock. I'm going to lock the back of your neck and push it onto my throat. So I have a video about that. I showed my nephew how to do it. It's on here. You good luck at finding it, but it's on here. And I'm teaching him and my nieces how to avoid BJJ. Now, I suck at BJJ. I am never going to get a belt in BJJ. But I'm never going to get my ass beat by somebody who knows BJJ either. Because I'm not going to just lay there and fight their fight. This is the thing about fighting. When you fight someone else's fight, you're going to get your ass kicked. Period. If I break into a Wing Chun stance and you do karate, which is not this stance, this is the Wing Chun stance, and you're just doing karate. Now, I'm not saying you're going to break into Crane. You're not doing that. You're just going straight freestyle karate. I'm doing straight Wing Chun, but I've also studied karate. I need to know when I'm going to turn from Wing Chun to karate. So you throw your punch, and I'm doing Wing Chun. So I'm going to block and strike. Where if you're doing karate, if I throw my punch, you're going to block and counter. and I'm gonna block and counter. We're gonna be there all fucking day long, especially if we're both really good at karate. For me to win this fight, I keep forgetting y'all can see me even when I can't see me. For me to win this fight, I gotta change up. I can do the shit that Oscar does in the WWE. I can block and grab your arm and flip you around. But what the fuck am I gonna do that for if I know you're good at ground and pound? Alright? So me going to the ground, stupid move. Me breaking your arm before I go to the ground, smart move. So when you throw the punch, it will look like this from the opponent. He's throwing a left jab because the world is generally right-handed, so you're taught boxing. And for the record, he's looking like this while I'm standing in the Wing Chun. So for Wing Chun, I'm going to block and strike, or I'm going to block, pull, break an elbow, and elbow him in the ribs, or I'm going to punch him in the throat. So for the ribs, boom, boom. For the throat, boom, boom. I understand. And I'm right back in the Wing Chun. Unless I want to go snake. I'm not going to go snake because once the fight starts, this shit's going out the window. I'm not going to be thinking about this shit right here because I'm also giving away what I know. The second that I break into a snake strike, this person over here, oh, this motherfucker knows something. So yeah, I'm going to try to outbox him. I'm not a boxer. Had a debate with my nephew today because his little 23-year-old ass beat me in boxing. But he won't fight my fight, which only proves that he's a fucking coward. Because see, a real fighter fights fights. They don't have rules in the streets. It's something he don't know. A real fighter is not going to tell you you can't use your feet. Motherfucker, it's a fight. I can do whatever the fuck I want. It is a fight. And when you've been fighting since you were 6 years old, it's what I do. So yeah, not all fights go to the ground. None of my fights have gone to the ground since I was 6 years old. But I also learned how to scramble from up under people when I was 6 years old if I went to the ground. You know, like if I got tackled, I knew how to tuck my knees and roll them over. All of my uncles were military. They all taught me some shit. Then they forced me to use that shit on other people. Then I learned martial arts. Then I started to use this shit on other people. So the thing about fighting is you got to know when an elbow is going to be efficient. When are you going to be able to land that shit? You need to learn that before you even start the fight. Because you're not always going to get that elbow in. You're not going to boom, boom, and get that elbow. Boom, boom, and get that forearm. And a forearm and an elbow strike coming at you is bigger than a fist. So it's going to be easier for them to see it. Unless they don't. And they can't see it if their eye is swole shut. Boom, boom. Now, I personally am against that elbow. I'm also against boom, boom. The spinning back fist. Remember that arm thing I just showed you about breaking the elbow and then striking? That's why I don't believe in using the spinning back fist unless it's absolutely necessary. It's the same thing with this boom kick. If I go mid-range and you sweep my foot and then dive on top of me, that would be your best defense because I'm here, boom. When I get there and you sweep my foot and come down, I'm a dead man. But see, they don't show you these things that can go wrong when you're watching all these martial art videos. They refuse to tell you the truth. But yet everybody wants to jump on my shit. So I'm going to let you jump on my shit because I'm going to tell you the truth. If you've never had your ass beat, I'm the guy you need to talk to so you can keep your ass from getting beat. Because here's the thing. You get into a fight with a guy that's bigger than you, and you got 2 or 3 things going against you that you need to understand. First, everybody's bigger than me. The good news on everybody being bigger than me is they expect me to lose. The bad news about everybody, I am making a video. Jackass. I will make a part 2 to this. Thank you. If I can stop part 1.